Yeah, hello, mate. Yeah. Oh, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
I thought we had a 30-second.
Yes.
What happened to the 30-second countdown?
Well, I clicked it. I clicked show, and then
Yeah.
it muted me, and then that was it. I don't know what
We're
happened.
back. We're here. We're live.
Anyway,
Cheers.
we're here. Right, let me go to, because I think, God, Lucy's been waiting 20 minutes. Go on, Lucy.
Lucy, been waiting for
Look
us.
at her.
Excited.
Here we go. Jay's in. How you doing, mate?
Andy.
And Andy. I think Lee just popped up as well. Here he is.
What?
Let's get Lee involved.
You already know.
Perfect. Right, today, mate, I thought we'd have a little bit of a chilled one.
That's all right. Then.
No like strict topic or anything like that, but I thought we'd chat about kind of our plans, what we've been thinking of. But first, how was your weekend? What did you get up to?
My weekend, the highlight of my weekend, and this is sad, but as this is a reselling podcast,
Come on,
was going back to a car boot sale. You know what? It wasn't even an early start. 8 o'clock start. Well, officially 9 o'clock, but you know.
That's a lay-in. That's a lay-in.
Early bird catches the worm. But even just getting up and putting the, I was about to say putting the strap on, but you know what I mean? The GoPro strap was on, camera connected in, mic was linked up, off to the car boot, mate. It was like heaven. Absolute heaven. So I can't wait for the season.
You got a new attachment, didn't you? So usually you just have the GoPro. You used to have a little strap-on bra thing, but you had a little attachment, didn't you, Carl? Can you explain it to me again? Because I think even I forgot what it does.
Oh, you should have told me. I would have brought it down. So basically, it's the GoPro. Got the media mod thing you put on it now. So now I can actually connect my wireless mics and the little lapel thing that comes up. It's not even called lapel. What's it called? Lavia. Lavia? Maybe that's the wrong word. Anyway, it clips on here. And then the sound quality, check out my latest boot sale video, let me know. I think the sound quality was amazing compared to what it normally is. It like picks up everything, even the heavy breathing. But yeah, mate, it was just so nice to just go back out and interact with people when buying stuff. Because for ages now, a lot of stuff we've been doing is online, no interaction. Your interaction is you like that on your phone. And like sending it maybe to each other what we got, but yeah, going out and speaking to people, and you can't beat the car boot sale prices.
Yeah, and I think we've said a few times as well. The audio, I think kind of needs to be on point as well, especially with podcast videos as well, because stuff like this people can listen to when they're driving. So maybe the pitch quality isn't as necessary as like maybe getting these like Yeti mics and stuff like that. But when you've got the car boot videos going out, I mean, like for me especially, like I want to see everything as well as get good audio, even if it's people interacting with you interacting with them. So so is it miles better, would you say, than the first videos you was putting out kind of like last year?
Yeah, I mean, I noticed the sound quality when I was editing the video. I was like, yeah, this is crystal clear. My fear was whether you wouldn't hear so much of them and it was going to be all of me. And I didn't want to, because you want to hear the interaction. But yeah, I think the sound quality has just gone up. And Lucy's asking there, can you still access the battery compartment? It's really weird. You have to take the clip off the GoPro and then you plug it in that way. So yeah, you can still access it, but you have to take it right out to change the battery. That's the only annoying thing. But honestly, I use one battery per car boot sale and it works absolutely fine. I never really have to change the battery because I don't record in 4K. And I don't leave it continuously running as well. I stop it constantly. But yeah, just a game changer. I think better audio on all of my videos, hopefully moving forward. And I think when I listen to content, I want to hear good audio. It doesn't really matter visually too much to me. It's the audio, because a lot of the time I'll listen compared to watch. So yeah, game changer.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Because I think if someone starts, I mean, if the pitch quality is not all that, I think I would go through the video if the audio is good. But if someone starts crackling out or the audio is no good, I think, to be honest, I just switch off. So
yeah.
I don't know about other people. But yeah, Chuggles is in. Best name ever. Hi guys, hope you all had a good day so far.
Well, hold on.
Really good.
Before you carry on, that was my weekend. So my highlight of the weekend was a car boot sale. What was your weekend like? So I saw you was out on the golf course on Sunday, and you haven't really talked too much about it. So I'm guessing you didn't win.
Mate, I win every time. I have not played enough golf probably over the last... I started playing since I was about 14, and I I don't get anywhere near as much golfing as I usually like to. So
nice.
I play like, I don't know, once every couple of weeks in the summer, I'd say. But other than that, like winter golf, like I don't get out anywhere near enough. So, but since I've changed to the new model that me and you pretty much adopt now, I've just got so much time back. And my brother plays pretty much every other day. And every time he's asked me, I've been like, I got to work, got to get my listens up, got to do this, got to do that. And then since we've changed to this, I've just been able to get out so much more. And I've just got so much more time. So I can go do them, like the hobbies that I love, and go to, like, I don't know, I just have so much more time. So yeah, golf was amazing, mate. And it was just a chilled weekend, to be honest. It was nice. Like, go back to Q4. Q4 is crazy as it is, but the way that I was working, and we'll go on to that in a little bit more detail as well. It was just nuts, and I just felt like I had no time. So yeah, it was nice, mate.
And are we going to organise then? We need to at some point organise a round, maybe like a reseller golfing day would be absolutely epic. Difficult thing is obviously everyone lives in different places, but at some point I'm going to play golf with you, because I'm one of the people who I play golf, but I'm not a golfer. I'm terrible. I hit.
Bet you love Top Golfer.
No, I don't. That's the thing.
Oh,
it's down the road. Literally, it's in Addlestone, isn't it? It's down the road from where I live, and I've been there probably twice. And I hate the driving range, but I like going to play golf because out of like 5 shots, I hit like 1 or 2 good ones, and I'm absolutely buzzing. I hit a good shot, and I'm like, this is easy. Next shot in the bushes, off I go. So yeah, we should definitely get together this year and do some golfing. Josh is in. I see that all the way from Wales. He's up for it. So
love it. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, it's been decent. But also another thing as well, your auctions came to an end, and you had to experience getting a shed ton of parcels out as well.
Mate.
What was that like?
In a weird way, really therapeutic yesterday, because I came back from the car boot. Saturday evening, I walked down to the garages about 8 o'clock, and I pitch black. I had the head torch on, and I was picking the orders and left them all at the garages. And then Sunday after the car boot, I stopped and picked up all the parcels from a certain website that people don't like us mentioning, beginning with V. So I picked up all them parcels, and then I went and picked up all of the stuff that I had already pre-picked. And I sat in front of the TV and I watched a podcast, and I was literally just packing the items. And I'd done like over 50 yesterday, and I dropped off another, I think it was another like 40 today. And it was just a good feeling. A lot of it was clearing some of the old crap, to be honest with you, but we had some good sales in there as well. But yeah, I never ship on Sunday. And actually now I'm feeling like I might not need to, but I didn't mind doing it. It was quite relaxing. It's weird working on a Sunday in that sense, like shipping.
Strange, isn't it? But I mean, I don't know about you, but my Monday is manic. So whenever I get the Sunday shipping done, then Monday is just so much more stress free. Yeah, I just feel like I don't feel like I have no time. And then if I let it pile up, say if I don't ship anything Friday to Sunday, Monday's hectic. Mad. So yeah, I just try and get it out. But you're saying about podcasts. What do you listen to then? Because I mean, I don't listen to anything really on the drives, but when I'm doing work in my room, like when I'm here doing either like listing or picturing and stuff like that, that's when I'll like binge watch everything.
Yeah.
So what do you listen to?
A real mix. Listen to obviously reselling stuff. I listen to obviously true crime. There's a trial going on at the moment with regards to a guy called Ethan Crumbley in America who shot up a school, and his parents have been put on trial as well for it, because of like neglect to him and all this other stuff. So I've been watching a bit of that. I watch reselling ones, stick to football, Sky Sports 1, love watching that. And then apart from that, it's like boxing, like interviews and stuff. And then the normal stuff we listen to, you know, Alex, Gary, and all that kind of stuff. But there's so much on like YouTube, and also I've been listening to a few Spotify podcasts as well when I've been on the treadmill, and the 5 a.m. Club audio book is on Spotify, and I'm all about that life. And I do the 5 a.m. Club anyway, and I've never listened or read the book. So yeah, that's been a game changer. But mate, I listen to anything motivational, really.
Do you get hit with like, because I listen to pretty much the same old stuff. So I'll listen to like Alex Hormozy, Gary V. I'll listen to the odd Grant Cardone stuff. I know he's a little bit controversial to some people, but anything really that pops up that's got a good title, good thumbnail, I'm like bang, and I'm sat there. So yeah, I mean, I can get hooked by anything, to be honest.
Yeah, YouTube's like a rabbit hole. I know people get that with like TikTok. I find it more of YouTube. Like I have autoplay on, which is the most dangerous thing, because you'll finish like a 2-hour thing on YouTube, and then something will start playing, and you'll be like, "Oh, who's this?" and you'll subscribe to that, and it's just I could literally spend all day from like wake to sleep on YouTube. It's mad.
Aaron is like, oh, look at me, I played golf at the weekend.
He can't even spell golf, bless him. He's tried.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you. No, good to see you in, mate. Andy put a little, I didn't quite get to read what he said, but so I've changed my policy on parcel insurance. I always did, but Yodel have trebled the price of insurance. I didn't know that. So I've stopped paying. I've stopped insuring. I'm keeping a log of all the amounts I'm saving against lost parcels. Yeah, I mean, I think we spoke about this a little while ago.
Yeah.
But I used to do the higher value stuff with Royal Mail. So anything, I think it's probably like over £100, I would go Royal Mail and insure with them until I found out that they don't even cover you for it. I think they give you it back. I think you told me this as well. They give you it back in stamps, and they only cover the cost of your purchase. So yeah, I mean, our cost of goods are not very high. So I'm not really covered up to like £100, £150. So that's why I just have the basic 25 with either if I ever use them, but always using Yodel. So I just go with the basic every time. I never really insure up.
Yeah, I think I used to more so than I did now. Like I sent a jacket out this morning for £80 and didn't insure it. And the old me would always insure that jacket because I used to be fearful, like, oh, what happens if it gets lost and I lose the £80? But I also think about how many times do I actually have to claim a year? And when you work it out that way, it's so few and far between. So yeah, I don't really insure much anymore. I must admit.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, don't get me wrong, if it's like a £200 item, I would probably insure it. But I think my limit's a lot higher than it used to be, just because I know how much I have to claim for throughout the year. It's nothing.
I feel like I wouldn't even do anything over £100 now. I don't know, like it's so few and far between with me that stuff gets lost, like fully lost, and then I have to go through like Packlink. So I have to go to them, claim the insurance, do all the proof, everything like that, and then they pay you out. I think I've done that since I changed to Yodel, which is a year and a half or something like that. I've done it like 2 or 3 times, like nothing. So I just see it as a bit of a waste, and especially if you're doing a lot of volume as well, because you're saving that a lot of times. So yeah, to me, it's a bit of a waste of time, and that's what I think Aaron was saying as well.
Yeah.
Insurance is a waste of time. The amount spent far outweighs the amount of times you'll need it. I completely agree with that.
And I never used to be in that boat. I used to be like, do you know what? Like, that extra protection is going to help me. And so where people moan that their £200 items being lost, I can laugh and be like, well, mine's covered. But Aaron's completely spot on. The amount of times you actually claim, and it is quite funny, it's always on stuff that's under £20 anyway that you have to claim on. It's quite rare it's over. But I can't lie. If I was using Yodel, I'd be insuring everything. Every single item. Yodel. Yeah, I don't trust Yodel at all. So
what, mate? Come on, they're the best.
Flagging off Yodel. Team Every over here.
Oh yeah, I have no complaints. I mean, I think the only thing that's ever been lost more times than others for me is Royal Mail, but I barely use them. So if they lose one, it's a big thing to me. So yeah, I never need to. And even if ever I have needed to, Packlink, they're so good, and they've paid me pretty much within a matter of days. I can't have any complaints with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, also, any questions today, it doesn't need to be on a specific topic or anything we're speaking about. Anything you want to ask, absolutely fine with us. Like, Chuggles, what's your handling time? I'm same day. And when I went to eBay, their headquarters in London, I actually spoke to them about the handling time thing as well. For me, I'm Monday to Friday, same day dispatch, and my cutoff is, because you can have a cutoff time as well. I think mine's 6 or half 6, but I'm really, really debating, and I probably will from this week move to same day handling on Saturday as well, but probably not Sunday as of yet. What about you, James?
Yeah, same as you. I used to do same day, so I used to do cut off at like 9 o'clock, but it was really messing me up with the flow of my morning. And what I'd find sometimes, I would go to the garages, pick orders at like 10 to 9, get back, and then it would always be sod's law, 1 minute to 9, a sale would happen. Go back and do it again for one sale. So now I've changed it to 5 a.m. So I know by the time I'm ready to go and pick up the parcels, it's all done for the day. One trip, more efficient. But yeah, I think even if you have same day, if you do ship out Saturday, eBay, I agree. I think they track all them numbers. Whether they tell you or not, I think they track that as well. So yeah, I do same day, and I use every postage through eBay, which I think is 2 to 3 days, is what it says on there.
Yeah.
Every next day, honestly, it never arrives next day anyway. And most things arrive within 2 days normally of every. I don't have many issues, so yeah, that's what I do.
That does my head in, because I've done that a few times as well. People have been like next day when I couldn't get to Royal Mail for some reason or another. I'd use every
Yeah.
next day, and I'd always say to them, "Look,
Never.
I'm gonna ship it in the morning. It's gonna be for next day, but I can't guarantee it because every single time I've done it, it's never got there in time."
Raw Mail's better for that. I think Raw Mail like kind of have like a guaranteed next day, and they're pretty good at that. But I wouldn't trust every next day. I want to pay the extra because I would say 9 times out of 10 it's not going to get there next day.
Yeah, that's special. I think it's special 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Royal Mail special 1 p.m. I've never seen that not. So
Never seen.
yeah, I mean, my faith in Royal Mail is very good, but it's just the whole claiming thing. Like, I'm just like, what's the point in me using them? I mean,
Yeah.
I'll use them if it's for like I think it's like Inverness, places in Scotland where only Royal Mail, some every places do, but only Royal Mail will do it for £3.29.
Yeah.
And then Yodel and Every is like £5-6. I'm like,
stupid.
I can't, yeah, because part of me is like, just do everything with Yodel every single time. And then, but like, I'm just like, oh, it's just like, it's like nearly double. So I'll do Royal Mail with them. But other than that, yeah, probably just stick everything there. Alison, hi both. I've never heard of the dynamic you mentioned. Yeah, that was a game changer, James. So I found it, and my shop seems busier and starting and stopping the sale thing, Luke. So both, thank you. Yeah, do you want to speak a little bit again, just in case no one was in for that? The dynamic ad rate. I think that was actually Cap and Apparel that.
I would love to take. I love to take credit, and you guys know me. If I can take credit for anything, I will, but I can't. Cap and Apparel, in one of the calls, I wish I could remember which call it was. He Instagrammed us, I think. And he said about a dynamic rate. So what a dynamic rate is, basically your maximum you're willing to give away. And a dynamic rate will go up and down depending on eBay's rate as well. So say you set your dynamic rate at 5%, you'll never pay more than 5%. But there will be sales that come through at 5%, 4%, 4.2, 3.1, 2%. So instead of having like a fixed every sale, you win more times than you lose because you was willing to give away the percent anyway. So that's a dynamic rate. I changed mine start of December, I think it was, maybe November when we spoke about it. I think it was like the week after we spoke about it on here, and I said I'm going to give it a go. And my sales have been fine. My sales have been great since the start of the new year, but that's because I'm picking up better items, and that's the fact. And we were speaking about this the other day with regards to promotion. If you are only loading into your store like banger items, you probably will never have to promote again. And that's the truth. Where I think the promotion helps draw more eyes to your store and builds traffic that way. But yeah, I think the dynamic is great. It's worked for me. I don't know whether it made my store busier. I think because I don't just change one thing at a time, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm terrified to do it. Like, not gonna lie, I'm really scared to like change anything in my store. But it just makes so much sense, because if your maximum is say 10%, and then the bidding process, you don't want to go over 10% anyway. So, you know, you're willing to win that bid at a maximum of 10%. And then if you can win it at any point below that, it's a win. So for me, I'm 10% across the board. I don't change anything. I don't go lower. I don't not promote certain things. I just go flat, just the easiest possible. I've done it for ages. Don't want to touch anything. But I just think as soon as he mentioned it, I was like, that's an amazing idea, because I was thinking, oh, dynamic as in like you go with whatever ad rate it suggests, and sometimes it's like 15-16%, and I'm like, there's no way I can do that, not at all. But if it's your maximum hitting 10%, then yeah, do it, why not? So and some of them won't hit a percentage anyway, which is cool.
Yeah, and you can have it what you said there, where it follows eBay, and I've heard people do the follow eBay plus like 1%. It's mad, because sometimes you're giving away like 19% promotion. Like, even I'm not that stupid. I know, like, I don't mind promoting and giving away a little bit, but I'm not giving away 19% on something that's going to sell tomorrow anyway.
Yeah. Alison was saying about the starting and stopping the sale thing. So that's probably the markdown sale that we were speaking about as well, where I think we went over your spreadsheet as well, where you can basically you break down all of your categories into a spreadsheet and then gradually increase the percentage, whether it goes to 30 days, 60 days, and then so on, until hopefully at the end of it, you can fully clear all of that sort of stuff. And then we spoke about maybe even going one step further after that. If you've got any stragglers still in the store, then maybe sticking them on like a 99p auction, or just completely removing them and then kind of spreading those views out to stuff that's a little bit more desirable for people.
The other thing you mentioned as well, which I'm going to actually trial in February, is a daily coupon. So I normally set my coupon monthly. I don't do the whole end coupon, start coupon. So I might give that a try in Feb and just see whether it has a boost. Because I know you do that every single day. You have your new coupon go live. I think you said 10 o'clock in the morning, and the other one ends just before. So you constantly got one on, but it's just refresh coupon. So yeah, I'm going to try that in Feb and see what happens.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll jump on, and then as part of like the morning routine, I'll end it. So I'll end the current one that's still ongoing from yesterday, and then I'll then copy it. So you can end it. It will still stay in as like a draft. You can then copy it. And then I will then just schedule it to finish the next day at 10 p.m. So if, God forbid, like anything happened or whatever, then it's still going on until 10 p.m. But I'll then cut it the following morning and then redo the same, because essentially it's supposed to re-index your store. So that's the reason why I do that. And I've had better luck doing that than just spreading it across a weekend or spreading it across a week or a month. So it's that's just what I do, to be honest. So you're going to try and do that every single day then, rather than just spreading it across like February and March?
Yeah, because my coupon ends tomorrow. And so it's a perfect opportunity then for every single day to come in and set up the coupon as part of the daily opening store routine. Because I've never really done it. I've done daily for a few days, but I've never really done it consistently like you do. So I just want to try it and just see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what she meant, actually.
Yeah.
Rather than the markdown sales, so is the daily coupon. Yeah.
So ending and starting. So yeah, I'm going to give it a go for sure.
Yeah. We've got Aaron. I've worked at one of the major Yodel sorting depots in a previous life. I don't and won't use them, so take from that what you will. Yeah, he's backing you there all the way.
Come on, Team Every.
I've got a huge Yodel depot, probably about a 10-minute drive away. I don't go there because as soon as you get past, it's literally over the other side of the M25. So you can imagine what that's like in the morning. It's absolute carnage. So I won't go there. But if I could get there, I would prefer that rather than a little store next to me and then they come around and then take it there. Because I think it was Chatty Pete. I'll see a story on his Instagram, and he literally lives right next to the Every depot, and he just drives it straight there.
Drops it straight to the depot, yeah.
Oh yes, it's a hack.
It skips out that step, doesn't it, of them collecting it?
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see this comment, so I'm just gonna hide that, Aaron.
Block Aaron.
Move on, mate. Juggles. What's the expected delivery time for Yodel? Like 3 days. It's supposed to be 2 to 3 days. I'll always say 2 to 3 business days, and hopefully it gets there as early as possible. But for me, usually, I mean, it's quite rapid, to be honest. I mean, because like I say, I'm right in the depot. They'll literally come to me and then maybe a few other stores and then go straight to the depot down the road. So hopefully it's as quick as possible. But yeah, I always say 2 to 3 days. It's supposed to be around that. I think every James is pretty much the same, isn't it? And their price is exactly the same as well, I think.
Yeah, it's Yodel's slightly cheaper, in fact, like by pennies. But yeah, it is. I think it does stay every 2 to 3 days. I can't remember the last time I had a customer actually moan about the length of delivery, how long it takes. I don't think that really happens too much for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, leading up to Christmas, everyone wanted it. Like, can you send this today? Can you send it same day? But apart from that, I reckon I get 2 messages a year about why is it taking so long for my package. I think with eBay, people are a bit more expectant that it's going to take a little bit more time. Where Amazon, you want it yesterday. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, Yodel for you. You love Yodel. I love Every. Never have any issues. So, either or. Cheapest ones as well, which is great.
Yeah. How many out of, say you get 1,000, look, actually, no, let's say 100, like take Q4 out of it. How many customers would you say, can you do it like next day? Or can you do this next day?
Out of 100, I would say 0. Out of 500, I would say 1.
Yeah, nothing.
It's quite rare that people, and you know, sometimes people will say, I need this. Like, I had an order last Wednesday, and I think it was, please can you dispatch this as quick as possible? I need it for an event on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, but they're not asking for it on Thursday or Friday. It's like, okay, I'm dispatching it Thursday. It'll be with you for Tuesday, unless something goes dramatically wrong, you know? So yeah, not many people, but if they ever did, we do have the option to actually put on a policy where they can request the next day. But I feel by doing that, a lot of people still will not select it and pay for it, and then still ask for it next day. And you can always charge them. Once the sale is complete, you can then say to them, you need to send me the money. Here's my PayPal, and that's absolutely fine. Only once the sale is complete. Once they paid, you can send that message and say, if you want to upgrade the delivery, here's my details and pay this way. But don't do it before they paid. Don't try and do it off of eBay.
Yeah, because when you do, say, eBay top rated plus, where I think you might have to do a next day delivery one on top of like free shipping, everything like that as well. I think it's like it's maybe like a tenner or something like that, or it's no more than £10. And this really used to annoy me because some people would select the next day postage, and then I would just go down my orders like normal and just completely miss it. So I would never be prompted that. Yeah, and that was really, that's why I completely took it off, because I was sending stuff where people were just like, I need that next day, and then I would just miss it because I'm going down my orders. I'm doing like either bulk shipping at the time or whatever, or even if I did it one by one now, I'd then have to look at the shipping charge because it would never put a note or anything on there. So unless I'm literally paying attention to every single order that was coming in and putting a note next to it, I was missing it. And it was annoying me so much. But with next day stuff, apart from say this time of year where I've had a few people saying I'm going on a skiing holiday or something like that, I need this jacket for, middle part of next week or the weekend. Other than that, I don't really get many. So I don't know whether it's a category thing, but I thought kind of like the Amazon effect would be kind of like making people want that like the next day. But with clothing, especially with what we're doing, like 2 to 3 days is absolutely fine. Like sometimes it won't get to them, for like 4 or 5, and people just not really that fast.
Talking of the notes thing as well, I discovered it the other week. We can actually make notes on the order. Have you seen this before? Where you can actually add your own note onto an order. So say, for instance, the customer says, don't ship it until Friday, I'm out of the country. We can actually go in and make a manual note on the order. So when you actually come to doing your labels, it's like there ready to see. So it might be an idea, if you do ever do that in the future, maybe make a quick note and just put next day on there just so it pops up.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the best way to do it. But yeah, I'll use that if anyone ever says, and like I never ever do this, but if someone says, can you ship it to this address instead of my one, because I want to be covered from all angles. So if someone says that, I usually say like I'm fine with them just purely cancelling and then reordering under that address. But so many people I speak to, they'll just be like, yep, that's absolutely fine, put a note on the system and then send it out to that address. Yeah, which is probably 99 out of 100 times you're always going to be safe. And I'm guessing, like, would you be protected of that because it's in the messages as well?
It's really tough. eBay's policy states that we need to ship it to the address that's on the order. So if for whatever reason we change the address, as of eBay's policy, we're not covered. But I feel if you've got messages clearly stating they've asked you to change the address, I think eBay will look at it on a case-by-case basis and step in. But as per the policy, and if you want to stick to the eBay policy, we are not covered by doing that.
Yeah. Shelster Rooney. My postie was off last Thursday, Friday, so there was no post and no one emptied the post box. Wow, that's mad. Incredible.
So you're going to have to deal, this is the annoying thing for Shell now, she's going to have to deal with customers this week saying, where's my parcel? Where's my parcel? Where's my parcel? And you've done all you can. Like that is the annoying thing when it comes to eBay in that sense, because we have to deal with all that, but that is part of the customer service. But it's so annoying when it's not in your control. Like if you're late dropping off your parcels, you deserve their messages. But if you've done it on time and it's out of your hands, I mean, look at Q4. There was times where the Every guy or the Yodel guy for you had not collected the parcels for 3 or 4 days. I went into the Every shop and they're like, we can't take any more parcels. The guy hasn't been for 5 days. Like, there's only so much we can do. You just have to, I would say, Shelster Rooney, I would create a little auto message saved on your computer and just get ready to copy and paste that, because you might get some people saying, where is it? Where is it? But you've done all you can, and that's all you can do.
Yeah, that was a nightmare for me. I was panicking bad because I think it got to a point where it was like 3 or 4 days and he just weren't coming. And I was like, what do I do? And I was putting a story on Instagram and I was like, guys, like, what do you lot recommend? And then I just didn't want to go to every, because I think it's little Tesco's. No, nothing against them, but they was only taking 3 parcels a person.
Yeah,
and at that point it was like 25 average going out a day.
yeah.
I was like, how am I going to split these up? And yeah, so I think overall everyone was saying about Royal Mail, but it was more so about getting like a business account in place and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just I went around the houses and eventually he started taking them. So yeah, he was a good Yodel guy in the end. TJR. With the same day cut off, do you just have to ship that day if your cut off is 6 a.m.? Yeah, so anything before 6 a.m. that day that's ordered, I have to ship out that day. But if I get down the unit, start packing stuff 6:01, anyone orders over 6:01, anyone orders over 6, I don't have to ship out till the next day. So
I
that's
do
how
the
it works.
same. But it's really weird because I've got a 5 a.m. cut off, but say I go down at 8 o'clock and people have ordered at 6, 7, 8, or even if I'm down at 7:30, I just pick it anyway because that customer's then going to get an even better experience. But yeah, the great thing with the cut off is you set the time for it every single day, and then that is it. That class is same day. So if your cut off's at 5 o'clock and it's 5:01, you don't have to ship it until the next day.
Yeah, and that's a really good experience as well, especially when it comes to the weekend and you don't have same day shipping. I'm still getting them out Saturday and Sunday. Yep. So yeah, they're expecting when they're ordering from you on eBay, it'll probably say I think it does say an expected delivery date. Whereas like I'm getting them out that morning. So I'm hitting the Yodel guy coming every single day around 9, 10 o'clock. I'm getting them there before he arrives and then he's getting them out. So what people are seeing on eBay, their expected delivery date, I'm always beating it every single time. So yeah, but what James said there, like if my cut-off's at 6, I don't go down to the unit until 7. Anything that's ordered between 6 and 7, I still get out anyway. It's not like I just leave it in there.
Whatever's on the list.
Exactly. And I think it's fraud by Royal Mail. They make you insure the retail value of your parcel, but will only pay out the cost. I was fuming when I found out because every single time I was looking at ones where it was like insuring up to the value of, because I had a sale where 2 incredibly like high priced, I say high price, it was just the value of them, football shirts went out and I insured it up to X amount. And I was like, okay, if they got lost, then at least I'll get that back anyway. And then when I was finding it out over the next couple of weeks, I was speaking to you and other people and I was like, the cost of the item, I was like, but I purchased it for nothing. If it gets lost, I haven't lost this money, but the potential money that was coming in was.
How can you prove it? Like this is what I was going to get. Like if I brought something from the car boot for £1 and sold it for 100, what, they're going to pay me back £1? Like where are they getting that evidence from? I don't understand how it all works. I mean, I'll be honest, I've had nothing but problems with Royal Mail in my eBay business. And one guy messaged me and he said, please don't use Yodel at Every. I've had nothing but issues. Can you send this via Royal Mail? And I said, as a one-off, I'll do that for you. Shipped it as Royal Mail. It didn't arrive.
Oh,
and
no.
Then I refunded him. This was the other week. I refunded him. And about 4 days later, after I refunded him, he messaged me and said, James, just let you know, it's just arrived now. And he paid me via PayPal. Because I messaged and said, oh, would you mind now paying me via PayPal for the item? He could have just ghosted me. Because eBay aren't going to do anything at that point. Luckily, top bloke was like, yeah, I'll do that for you now, mate. No worries. And paid
Good
me.
lad.
Like, you got to ask the question, but he could have literally just radio silence ghost and I'm out of pocket. I've had nothing but issues with Royal Mail, where other people will say I've never had an issue with Royal Mail. So it's each their own. I mean, the whole postage thing is so funny because we can spend 12 hours discussing what is the best. But honestly, none of them are perfect, and that's the truth.
But the thing is, you get nothing but complaint. Or I hear nothing but complaints for Yodel and Every. But I mean, it's a dream to work with Packlink as well. Like all you have to do is just put like the eBay sale, speak to them for a little bit, and that's it. They pay you out within 2 or 3 days. Like they don't ask for cost of goods or anything like that. Hopefully that don't change in the future. But it's a dream.
They're not listening.
Yeah. Right. This is a good question actually, Aaron. Live selling, the future or a fad? We've actually spoken. I think this was maybe on Instagram before we moved to YouTube. We spoke about live selling when the whole Poshmark thing happened. But what's your thoughts? Do you reckon it's the future?
Okay, so I'm going to say something here. It's not controversial at all. I think it's another arm of your business. And what I'm going to say here is I remember the eBay days where buy it now was not a thing. eBay used to be an auction platform. Everything was on auction. Never used to be buy it now. Now, I guarantee 99% of resellers do not use the auction method at all. Only if they're trying to do maybe what we do, clear old stock, or maybe if they've got a super, super, super rare piece, they know there might be 50 people who are going to fight it and the price is going to go sky high because of that. So live selling, if eBay ever brought it in, would I do it? 100%. All this stuff that I put on to 99p auction, I would have just done 2 live shows and got it straight out and try to sell the item myself. A bit of personality, I think that goes a long way. But I don't feel it's live auction or eBay you've got to choose. I think it can be a good arm of your business if you've got time to dedicate to it, and if you're not using it to clear your old crap only, is what I will say. And the reason I say that is because if I'm joining a Whatnot show and I'm going to give up an hour of my time to potentially buy some stuff for me or to resell, and someone's listing Tesco jeans starting at 99p, guess what? You're probably not going to have the best sale. So I think it is a great other arm. People have said to me, why don't you do it? Honestly, I haven't got the time to commit to it because of my YouTube channel. As simple as that. I'd rather put my time into building my YouTube compared to building like a live selling platform and to do shows on there. I feel it has got legs. I would love eBay to bring it in. Do I think eBay ever will? No. Do I have any interest in joining Whatnot at this stage? No. That's a personal thing. But what I will say, the live shows are addictive. And I'm not just talking about the reseller shows. I joined a card show the other day. I had no interest in cards. Ended up with a Totty card for some reason. So I can see the value in it. So yeah, I hope eBay bring it in one day because I would love to give it a go on eBay. But right now, I'm focusing on eBay and YouTube. Boom, yeah, I mean, there's my answer.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. Yeah, I mean, our focus is very much on eBay, and then obviously yourself with YouTube and me a little bit as well. But I mean, I can't really see it going away because I see a lot of elements to it as well. Just like what you were saying, like people can use it to say clear stuff. Very, very, very fast sell through as well. But I think it was Flip Room that was actually speaking about it. And he just said, you've really, really got to pay attention to your cogs. You've really got to pay attention to the price that you're getting stuff at, because in some cases you might be getting, 50 to 80% or even 90% less than you would buy it now. But I feel like if you're getting strong, desirable items and you're mixing that with personality, you're mixing that with giveaways, you're mixing that with entertainment, it is a recipe for, potentially doing really, really well.
Yeah.
If you can move that stuff a lot quicker, even like if it is slightly less or even a lot less profit than say eBay, you might be able to make more money on there. But I think if you're going to be, say, the stuff that I put on auction, say last week, was it last week or was it last weekend?
Yeah.
That was about 200 on there. And so many of them went for 99p. They wasn't terrible items. Like for me now, I wouldn't be putting them in my store. But say if I could be there, not saying that I have an amazing personality or anything like that, but if I'm there describing it, as in like being the item specifics, putting some giveaways in there, being entertaining, then maybe I can fetch, quite a bit more. But yeah, like you say, another arm to the business, potentially another way of making money. I've looked at videos in, say, China, and it's huge. It's massive out there. You got the likes of Whatnot, Poshmark didn't work. You got apps like Tilt, eBay. I feel like they're definitely going to bring it in, but there's so many hoops to jump through in terms of like legal compliance. They don't want to be getting sued. So on the case of future or fad, I would probably say it's nearer to the future side.
Yeah. I would love to see, I think I spoke to you about this the other day, I would love to see someone in YouTube land, or even if you're not on YouTube land, Instagram land, who's been doing Whatnot shows for 2 months, and just compare the amount of time you're putting into Whatnot compared to eBay, and like just talk about numbers. Just say, do you know what? On Whatnot, I do 2 shows a week. It takes me 10 hours in total, and we're talking about the prep for the show itself, the packing, the customer service, everything. 10 hours a week, and then your sourcing time on top. And just give me that number, and then say, if I was to invest this time on eBay, this is what it has looked like maybe the 2 months before. I just want to see like some data, because I think like you, it has got legs. But like me with YouTube, yeah, I know if I quit YouTube tomorrow, my eBay business would be much, much, much further ahead because you have more time to dedicate to that. I allocate some of my time to YouTube, so it's similar to Whatnot. So yeah, for the people who are doing it, and like as I said, like I agree. I think the shows are great. I love the shows. I love the idea of live selling. I just would love to see someone break the numbers down, because the new trend at the moment as well is another thing as well. It's not sniping anymore. It's TK Maxx yellow tags, which I've been seeing all over Instagram the last few days. And I'm like, hold on, there's a TK Maxx down the road. Am I missing the trick?
Yeah.
And Aaron, to be fair, I saw Aaron posted earlier on his Instagram, and he got some good brands for like £2. And I'm like, am I missing a trick here? Like not going to TK Maxx. So maybe I might have to venture out tomorrow. But anyway, so that's going to be the new thing. A lot of resellers are going to go to TK Maxx, get these things, and then sell it on Whatnot. And that's a great opportunity, because if you're paying £2 from TK Maxx new with tag, and you go on Whatnot, you might be getting 15, 20, 25 quid. You're selling it through quickly. I don't know what the fees are like, but it might be a good way. So I think great business model, definitely has legs, but I will probably only venture in when eBay comes with it. But never say never. I'll never once say I'll never do this, because one day I might be on there. So we'll see.
He had a tag up, and I think it was like RRP.
Yeah,
£100,
and
he had a sticker below it saying £2.50. I think we're missing.
Right.
I think we're missing something.
So we know TK Maxx, yeah. TK Maxx will always have RRP like 12.5 grand, and you get the item for like a £5. Like, you can't trust a TK Maxx RRP. And look, people are going to go on Whatnot, and they're going to say, look, newer tag RRP 600 quid. We're going to start at £1. It'll probably go for like 25. Great, they pay £2. I get it, but I reckon there's some legs in there. But that is the new thing at the moment. Yellow tags TK Maxx. So guess what? I've decided I'm going to go there tomorrow. Should I take the GoPro? Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if you could go, say, to TK Maxx or any of these places and get them for say it was £2.50, that seems ridiculous. But if you could bulk up on that and then come back, do a show, and then average around £10 to £15 profit, say you end up getting, I don't know what the fees are and whatnot, but say you get 15, 20, 25, and then after fees you net say 10 to 15, something like that. And you do that times 10, times 20, times 30. Sign me up instantly. Like,
of course.
But yeah, I don't know. It on there. It's probably about building a following as well, doing some decent giveaways, mixing personality in. So I don't want to go on about live selling too much, but I genuinely think like it definitely has legs. And there's some people out there. I have seen some crazy people over in the US, but they've got kind of strong brand deals where they're getting pallets delivered to them, like sometimes like 50 to 100 pallets, and they're processing thousands and thousands of items, and they're churning it out. And they're making some serious money. But I mean, that's not to say that people can't do that over here. I just don't really know the model that much here. I don't know whether you go car boots, I don't know whether you go charity shop. I don't know how many that people are buying and then kind of like turning over. But yeah, I can imagine there's definitely legs to it.
I'm going to go. I'm going to see what time my TK Maxx closes tonight. I might go this evening. I might just have a little venture into TK Maxx and join the yellow tag crew. Hold on, what's happening?
There we go. The yellow tag sale finishes at the end of the month, I'm guessing. They reduce daily until the last day when the yellow sticker stuff is donated to charity. Well, I've got one 15 minutes away.
Right, guys, see you later. I'm off. Right, end of the podcast.
No gym tonight. Yellow tag day.
Me and Luke are going on the yellow tag hunt. We'll report back next week.
It's twice a year, January and July. See, this is brilliant, Donna. So make a note, every single year, January, July, yellow tag months.
Oh, boys and girls, we've got.
How many you got?
Closes 8 p.m. I promised the missus I'm spending tonight of her watching something on BBC, but she's gonna have to wait, I think.
Yeah, yellow tags come first all day.
Absolutely.
All right. AC Global live selling. If you can source the product cheap enough and have enough stock, quick turnover is brilliant and will work for that model. You just need to be able to sustain the stock levels. And that's something that we've spoke to people quite a lot about, is sustaining the stock levels, because some people per show, I mean, I don't know how many they're doing, but say if they're doing 30 to 50 per show, something like that. I don't know if people do less than that, but trying to get that on top of, say, if you're doing eBay and you're doing daily listings on there and doing weekly shows, that's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think I mean, when I've been watching the shows, they normally do about 50 items, and some of them are doing like 2 or 3 shows a week, like 2 shows. I see a lot of people do. So that's 100 items. That's 400 items you need just for Whatnot, let alone eBay. So you're going to have to be getting stock in like super cheap and in vast quantity. And what I've found by doing the whole quantity model, the quality drops right down. So yeah, fair play. People can get that amount of stock in. And as I say, like I've really enjoyed Whatnot more than Posh, like the interaction in the shows, the fact they can do giveaways. It just feels nicer and smoother as like a consumer when I've brought stuff. So there we are. Some Whatnot people do over 100 per show, Paul's saying as well. So yeah, they go crazy on it.
100 items in a show.
And they might do 2 or 3 of them a week. So yeah, the turnover's great on it, but I couldn't imagine having to source 300 items a week for Whatnot on top of my eBay stuff as well. Every week, like consistently. They must have decent suppliers, which is fair enough. Or they've been going to TK Maxx since the start of the month, and we've just been sitting there not knowing about it.
Yeah,
why has no one told me?
January the 1st, they're on it.
They're queuing up outside. Forget the other Boxing Day, New Year's sales. They're TK Maxxing. No one ever told me this. Crazy. Donna said there's only like drips and drags left now. Like, Donna, why have you not messaged me about this? What's been going on?
Donna, come on.
Donna, we need better from you here. They started on the
3rd. What was it? John Luke often does 100. So John Luke, does he do Whatnot then?
Yeah, he does two Whatnot shows, I think, a week. John Luke does. So they're doing 200 on there, and then his eBay on top, smashing it. Like, fair play, and they're getting some good stuff. And I've joined one of his shows before, and it's good stuff, like football shirts and stuff like that. It's not, not like a Primani black plain t-shirt with bean stains on. It's like decent stuff going in. And that's the key. I think if you're going to build a Whatnot audience, people are going to come in every single week. You might have to take a loss your first few shows. And I think having a social media personality and presence before, it will give you the edge at the start. But I think longer term, even if you don't, if you're bringing the heat every single week and you're selling it under market, but you're still making good profit, guess what? I'm signing up for that show.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting followers, you're getting the bookmarks or whatever it is that you get. But yeah, so if anyone's, to be honest, we're probably not the best people to answer this question, I'm going to say anyway. But say if you're doing eBay, you got your regular listings, everything like that, you don't have a crazy amount of time, but then you're thinking, you know what, I'm kind of want to do this Whatnot thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to need a lot of spare time, do you not think? Because you got a source, you got a prep, you got a lot of sourcing, potentially, a lot of shipping, potentially, and you got to prep the shows. You probably got to advertise yourself a little bit as well. It's probably a lot of time, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I have a lot of respect for the people, a lot of respect for people who do it anyway, by the way, when I say the term respect. But if you are managing also like a YouTube channel, because I actually know how much time goes into YouTube channels. It's not just a 10-minute clip that you guys see. Like, there's so much work that goes into making a video. So when they're running YouTube channels and doing Whatnot, I'm like, where do they find that time from? Like, I must be really lazy with my time. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, fair play to them. And yeah, I think it's great because you really can sell products with your personality. And shout out Mark, picked me up lucky, because when I join his shows, he doesn't necessarily always have the best items, but he's like dancing around to like rave music. He's in his kilt. And like, people will buy from people, and that has been the way it's always been for years in sales. People buy from people.
Yeah. But like what you were saying before, though, I think that's a great YouTube idea, and that would get an insane amount of views. I think anyway. If
you're talking about the TK Maxx yellow tag?
No, that'd be good as well, though.
We missed it.
No, but the one where you said that you'd like them to break down their numbers for.
Yeah,
but I would like it where it's similar items. So it's similar items that are being put on eBay, and then there's similar items that are being put on Whatnot compared. But I mean, like, obviously sales with eBay and then the sell through with Whatnot, stuff like that. It might be a bit hard to do, but I'd love to know it. Like, I think that's interesting.
And I would love to see, like, if I was to go on Whatnot now with a North Face 700 jacket and sell it on Whatnot, how much money am I going to be getting or whatnot compared to if I was to list it on eBay and wait 24, 48 hours. I would love that kind of breakdown to say, do you know what? I've sold a similar jacket on eBay and got 80 to 100. And on whatnot, I got 45, but I sold it. I've literally picked it up from the shop, come back, done the show, sold it straight away, out the door. Like, I would love to know them numbers, because you are going to get, I'm guessing, again, we don't do it, so we can't say we know. I'm guessing you get a little bit less money on whatnot compared to eBay, but the benefit is you sell through instantly.
Yeah.
And you don't have to list it either. That's another thing. You don't have to spend the time listing it, because a lot of them just have it there ready. Let's run this, go.
Yeah.
I need to watch more shows. I don't know enough of it. I need to watch more shows to figure it out a bit more, I think, for someone who doesn't do it, you know?
Yeah, it's just interesting. It's just like crazy thinking about. But I think we've got about 10 minutes left. I wanted to speak about, because we've changed our business model, haven't we? Over the last, for me, it's been probably just over a month. And I can't tell you how different things have been. And I think yours is pretty much, are you around about a month now? Or maybe a little bit?
Yeah, I put out the video on the 5th of January, and that's where I kind of shook things up. But things don't change instantly. And honestly, I'm going to do a review video on how my first month's gone. It's been life-changing so far. And when I do the video, people will hopefully see that. And I've had loads of great messages of support. I've had loads of people telling me to go and get a part-time job in Tesco's. Yeah. But hopefully once I put this video out, people will see, oh, okay, now it's clicked. Because something clicked in my head that day. And yeah, it's been game-changing. And you're right, I'm actually spending less time processing on eBay, more time sourcing items. And yeah, it's going well.
It's crazy because I go back 6 months. I think I was listing 30 a day, and then it slowly reduced to 20, and now it's 12. And when I was at 30, I think I was averaging around £5 profit, as probably as low as that on average. It was shifting a lot of volume, but yeah, it was probably around that. And then at Reselling Nirvana, which I managed to get up to, so that's around 150 a day, something like that, profit wise. And then I went down to 20, and then now I'm at 12, and I've got so much more time, and I'm doing I feel like I'm doing so much better at 12 than I was at 30 because of the stuff that I'm listing. Like, I've got so much more time to find these items, to research these items, and yeah, the whole like £15 profit average has changed everything. So aiming for those better items, but I've got more time to find them. And now I've got so much more time, like I was saying at the start, like to do hobbies, like go play golf and stuff like that and chill out a little bit more. Like I just feel like I'm at the base now, and I'm at this nice position where I can only kind of step forward from now on. But I feel like I kind of had to go through that, just like listing anything really phase, to now realize how much different it can be.
And we had a good chat. I don't know if it was yesterday or Saturday, I can't remember now. With realization, we've been speaking for ages about learning brands, learning products, learning nuances within brands, learning that not everything by, say, Nike sells, but certain things from Nike can sell for a crazy amount of money, and a lot of people do not know what they've got. They just list it as Nike, etc. And yeah, we're spending a lot more time now actually dedicating time into the business. And I heard someone messaged me the other day about, they heard someone say about they didn't want to spend time learning new stuff because that becomes a full-time job. And that blew my mind, because I go back to my recruitment days and feel like if I was recruiting for a full-time reseller for my business, part of the job description will be learning brands and becoming an expert in your field. That's part of the description. And that is part of what you can learn from watching people do it online, from hearing other people do it. But a lot of that time, you actually have to take yourself away out of your business and actually spend the time learning. And I think it was Saturday, you messaged me, you voice noted me, and you said you spent 15, maybe 20 minutes learning.
Yeah.
And your head went, because you learn a number of new brands. And within one brand, we won't mention the brand, you learn 3 or 4 different nuances, where now when you're out and about sourcing, you have the edge, where someone might put down that jacket for £10. you'll grab it and you'll know this is a £200 jacket straight away, and they don't know. So it's the little edges you can get. So yeah, I'm definitely focusing a lot more on learning nuances and having the edge, and especially with car boot sales coming back. I want to make sure that when people are putting down an item because it's £6-7, I'm happy to pay the money because I know what it's going to go for.
Blew my mind, because I was like, we don't dedicate enough time outside of what we're doing. And now I think, now that I've got more time, I need to put it to all stuff like that, because I've been in this game for like 1.5 years, 2 years, and I've just gradually built up knowledge just through going to car boots, going to charity shops, and then going to the rag house, sieving through so many different brands and clothing items and everything like that. So now I've gradually got to grips with like patterns, materials, styles, brands, then the different nuances within the brands as well. But my knowledge is I feel like it's nothing. So it's good in certain areas, but I was like, I don't spend enough time outside looking at the solds, looking at basically the sale price and above of what I need to be picking up in order to hit my margins. So the other day I was just like, right, I need to start doing this. I need to start making this a habit. So I went into the solds of certain amounts, and I noticed, or I looked up 4 brands that came within this specific criteria search. And we can speak about this next week, just the way that we actually research items, because I think that's probably going to be a useful one. But I couldn't get these brands out of my head. So because I was actually interested in doing it, I was looking at the solds, I was looking at the styles, I was looking at the patterns, I was looking at the collaborations, and I was like, I just couldn't get them out of my head. And I was like, imagine doing this for, say, 5 to 10 minutes per day or every couple of days. Imagine over the course of a year that compounding. It would be ridiculous. Like, you would literally be top 0.0001% within your niche. And I feel like compounded over a year to 5 years or anything like that, you'll literally be unstoppable. You'll go to every charity shop, and where people walk in and walk out and go, there's nothing in there, you'd stroll in behind them and probably pick up, 10 pieces easy, just because of your knowledge. And so, yeah, it really blew my mind to actually sit down and do the things that probably 99% of other people are not doing. And to hear that, what you said, from someone else who's doing this, say, full time, that's basics, really. And like, that's what I should have been doing a long time ago. But because I had the connection with the rag house, it made me super, super lazy, because I was picking up exactly the same stuff because they had it in an abundance. So I didn't have to do outside research. Whereas I feel like now, gearing up towards, for me, it's going to be end of March, going to the car boots. If I say from now until then, I do 10 minutes every day or every other day, your knowledge by that point should be insane.
Imagine eBay said to us all, right, your next month's shop subscription is going to be absolutely free if you all spend 10 minutes researching brands within your niche. We'd all do it. But the reason we don't do it, and I'm guilty of this as much as anyone else, is because you always say to yourself, is it making me money now? And it's not making you money now, but it might make you loads of money in the next couple of days or a week's time. And you know what it's like, Luke. I've mentioned a number of things in the last couple of weeks where, oh, do you know what? This is on my hit list of stuff I want to find. Next day, bang, found it. Next day, bang, found it. Because I've actually spent the time looking into it and looking into where I can find it, first of all, and looking into why I would buy it without hesitation. And that without hesitation is huge, not just online, but also at the car boot sales, because you are in front of a customer. You can't really look up on your phone unless you put it down and walk away, unless you're lazy enough to get your phone out and stand in front of the customer and do it. I'm not. But you've got to make a snap decision there whether that £10 jacket is worth your purchase or worth putting down for someone else to come and get it after you. And that could be the difference between picking up something for £200 profit or leaving it behind. So front loading that research. And so, yeah, I encourage everyone to spend 5, 10, 15 minutes, half an hour a day and just learn. And there's so much information on eBay where you could do that. Go into the solds, go into the listed, go and look at collabs, typing certain keywords and search terms, and just go down rabbit holes. And you don't have to be an expert on everything, but just learn a few things.
Yeah, I think front loading is so important. I mean, if you've got all the time in the world at a car boot, most of the time you probably won't, especially if you're like fighting off other resellers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like front loading that knowledge, and then rather than standing there getting your phone out and someone potentially grabbing it because they know it over you, yeah, that's gonna kill. And it's definitely happened to me a few times.
It's happened to me many a times.
Yeah. Tell me trades. I used to sift through Facebook Marketplace listings of bundles of games, have eBay open, and then check every single title to eBay listed sold price of it. You see, that's doing the grafting. Eventually, you just know. Maxx spend. Yeah, I mean, you might think, oh, this is because I mean, I've definitely thought it, and subconsciously, I've probably just been like, oh, it's boring, or it's boring. You know, it's long, it's this, it's that. But actually having it's just a massive investment. It's just a great time investment.
If you've got to spare 15 minutes as well. You got to remember it's investing in you and your business, and that 10 minutes could make you £200 tomorrow.
Yeah, I think next week, I think that'd be a great thing to do. I think just getting up the souls and just doing a bit of research, just showing people how we do it.
Yeah,
and then just talking about it in general, because I don't think many people are doing things like that. I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone, but
might be wrong.
Genuinely spending. No, we're definitely not.
Like, that's what I mean. So maybe we're the only two who are not doing it. Everyone else is doing it, and we're like, everyone should do this. And like, we've been doing it for years.
Yeah, if anyone's doing daily research like that, then that's incredible. Yeah, like that's insane. But yeah, I think that'd be a great one next week, mate. But
I'm going to TK Maxx. I ain't even lying. I'm going to go straight inside.
Yellow tag time, innit?
Follow me on Instagram, Bold Finds on Instagram. I will tag a picture of me in TK Maxx and show you guys that I'm not even capping. I'm on my way. I'm going to pick up the £2 tag. So yeah, we're on it. 2 days left of the sale. Everyone else, all these other resellers have been going since the start of the year. Yeah, got all their stuff, bags full. I'm going to clean up the final few things.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. But Donna was apologising. Look how funny this is. Donna was like, sorry. Yeah. And she was like, oh, we'll remind you. Look, and then Chelsea comes in and just goes, nah, don't say sorry. It's common knowledge. These two have been living under a rock. It just absolutely destroys us. We probably have that. Everyone's like, what are these two on about? Like, yellow tags have been around for years. Like, everyone knows January, July.
Yeah. Well, look, I know now. So if you live around the Weybridge area, watch out. Because I'm about now. I know the tags and I know the dates.
Get away.
Yeah,
apparently there's dregs though. So there's not too much going on.
But you say that, but then Aaron today, he put on his Instagram, so I can say this because I don't want to like call out the brands he found. But on his story here we go. I saw Guess was one of them. I want to say Reese, I might be wrong. But anyway, Guess he got for like £2, which anyway, I'll let you guys know. I'll have to report back next week with what we found.
Yeah, you'll have to circle back on that one.
I'll be like, empty bag. Tommy Dungarees, £6. There we are. See, but that was on the 3rd. That was on the 3rd of January. So I doubt they'll be there. We'll have a look.
Anyway. We'll report back.
Anyway, let me go because I'm gonna miss the bargains.
Right, appreciate you guys.
Peace.